are in the Liberty Walk week, but the Crew Motorfest isn't done with Porsche. Back in the Crew 2, there was something known as the Baguette bias. Cue French national anthem, I guess. See, not only did the Bugatti Divo world premiere in the Crew 2, but almost any of the best hypercars were always Bugattis. We had the La Voiture Noire, we had the Divo Emerald Edition, the Divo Magma Edition, the 300 Plus, the 300 Plus Divine Edition. They just could not stop with the Bugatti bias. But there's a new bias in the Crew Motorfest. The Crew Motorfest, for some reason, just has an insane Porsche bias. Now, not only do they have a Porsche playlist, which is one of the first playlists you can do in the game. I mean, look at it. They went, I mean, I'm not going to say all out because I seem to be able to see my own helmet. What a bug. Someone tell Ivory Tower. To be fair, this playlist didn't have any car voice lines and any unique gimmick. It was just Porsche events with a clean driving bonus. And I'm fine with that. I wish they did that at least once an update. I'd take it. A brand playlist once an update. 1000%. We also got a handful of brand new Porsches at the launch of the game. And in the main stage, which obviously then led to the main stage legacy, we saw the return of the Porsche Winter Agent Edition. The Crew 2 added 3 Porsches while the Crew Motorfest was well underway. Although it was dethroned quick, one of those Porsches ended up being the best in Street Tier 1. Then for I'd say maybe only like top 10, top 15. The Porsche Taycan was up there for Street Tier 2. And, you know, a lot of stuff has been pretty good in Street Tier 2, though. You could use a lot of different cars. You get it, okay? It builds and it builds and it builds, and we get Porsche after Porsche after Porsche until this week, where we got, in the last week, 2 brand new Porsches. Both of them are the best in the spec. And these are those 2 Porsches. Don't mind the Z4. So let me explain what's actually the best about them. Let me tell you all about these cars in a simple grand race. The first one is the 919 Street. Now, how the hell do you get this car? Well, you just get it in the shop. Thankfully, this one is just buyable at a price of however much I'm showing you right now. I don't think it was cheap, though. This thing was kind of expensive. But you can just buy this car and it'll be in your garage. But that's just the start. Thankfully, we got a lovely start if I don't get absolutely demolished from behind. Oh, it's so daunting. I don't know if I prefer a front start or a back start. Don't. Oh my God, we're safe. Okay, ow. This might be one of the best in the spec. But there's a lot of other things to consider. I'm glad that we were at the beginning section with a hypercar, because one of the best things about this thing is it's insane launch and acceleration. This thing is insane. Already up to 200. That's one of the main things that makes the 919 one of the better cars in the spec, in the hypercar. This thing went straight to meta. I thought it would be okay. Okay, that's not a great sign, but she feels quick. I mean, obviously, it still takes like a week or so to figure out if a car is really amazing or if it's contesting for meta. But don't worry, because SidWaj would have a video on it the moment it's known. But no, it's one of the best. Don't worry, I did my research. I went to the sweats, the players who properly play the game day to day and know what they're talking about. All this information is from them. And the 919 is the best in the class. Launch and insane acceleration, meta in the windy gutter time attacks. So essentially, the more, I guess windy is ambiguous, but the turning, right? Hypercar is a lot of turning, a lot of high speed, longer turning. It was in the Crew 2, and it kind of is here. Obviously, you've got more technical sections, but it's the preferred place for a hypercar, is the windy sections. Guttering, we're going to talk a lot more about guttering later. But if you just want to know what guttering is and why this thing does it better, it's the art of getting 2 wheels off-road on a turn, which, with the game's physics, yoinks you round the turn like this. Good enough. I went a bit too off-road there. But this is ideal. This Supercar Blondie event is like one of the perfect situations for this car. The acceleration picking up immediately, the guttering picking up well as well. Oh god, oh no! And we're talking best in the class acceleration, and that's not to be scoffed at. Here's a direct comparison. So there you have it. I hope you're catching up, because people are starting to realize that this Porsche is the new best. People are catching up. I don't like that people are catching up. This thing is... Oh, don't... Okay, you know what? We're part of this pack. At least the front pack is right there. We just have to stay a part of this pack and not fall behind, which I guess we're fine because, well, there's gutters and stuff. But this thing may be the best for guttery winding tracks, but the people using this in Grand Race might be a bit misled because of the Agera, which has sort of been the new premier choice of the sweats recently. Now, you might be on outdated info and still using stuff like the 110, but the Agera, it is chaotic as hell. An absolute menace of a car to drive, but it does hold up when it comes to, well, being the best, and the few things it sort of holds up in really well that it actually does trump the 919 in, well, they're Grand Race specific things. It's turning at high speed. Like I said, this car is chaotic, but you can see it hit. It just turns in seemingly instantly. I don't know if I've felt cars turn in like this since, like, the Crew 2. Traffic!
It never happens.
Please! Oh, God! But there's that chaotic! So although, like, us being in the first section of Hypercar, yes, the acceleration was good and it helped, but realistically, this is still the best for GR, not only for the high-speed turning ability, but for other reasons as well, like, oh gosh, get out, stop! Traffic! The nitro power! The thing about nitro in this game is it's very specific to the car. Different cars can have different nitro powers. Different cars have more powerful nitruses, and that scales with nitrous parts. Which it's all well and good when you have nitrous parts, with the affixes boosted, but Grand Race is fair PvP, meaning all of your parts are set to the same level. So whether I don't have any affixes on, or whether I have all of them on, everyone in Grand Race uses 0 of them. They just are maxed out cars. And well, the fact of the matter is that without Nitro Chemist, the Agera is better than the 919. Street. So it's still a good car to get for events and regular races, but if you're just buying for Grand Race, you're better off with the Agera. Oh, come on! That was catastrophic. Don't worry though, because there's another Porsche that's the best. Because there isn't just one meta Porsche this update. The next car is the Porsche Taycan Thunder Edition. And the thing about this one is, well, it's the Summit. The 9 events that you can play every single week and get a bunch of points and then rank at the end of that week and receive the rewards. This car is exclusive to the Summit. And well, that Summit's gone. It was last week. But that doesn't mean it's over for you because obviously, as we all know now, the Summit cars are all going to be buyable again. We're going to be able to get them in the Prestige store and purchase all of the past Summit cars. Now, we have no idea of the timeline of this. How long is it going to take for a car to go from the Summit to the store? But eventually, more than just the original 10,000 people will be able to buy this Porsche. Just for now, it is the Summit only. So yes, you might be annoyed that you can't get it, but you'll be able to buy it eventually. So it should be... Okay, Slipstream. I reckon, because of how good this thing is, we could actually get podium. And this next section is really gonna help because of exactly the reason that this thing is meta. Technical tracks. This thing is one of the best in, well, let me get the exact quote, best in the class for low speed acceleration and really stable over bumps. So meta in city, Grand Race, and probably widey gutter time attacks. So the same thing I talked about for the 919. This thing is one of the best in time attacks for guttering, but also in the city, again, because of its insane acceleration. But the fact that it's so technical over any with a lot of turns. Essentially, this thing sucks at, like, straight line roads, right? Anyone that's, like, you're just holding R2 on a highway, don't use this thing. There's a lot better. But when it comes to more, I don't know, skill, this car shines like this. Come on. Oh, I've gone too wide. It's stability, it's control. Ow, bad time to say that. And I must say, it's grown on me looks-wise, too. I thought it was just a rubbish, another just Taycan with a meh body kit. It's a pretty good body kit. And the no rear window is quite unique, all things considered. Low speed acceleration. Thank you. Honestly, I just had to lock in there. I am fully encompassed into this race. I'm sweating as hard as I can. There's probably a respawn there, if anything. I'm probably... I probably shouldn't even need to be braking. It also understeers way less than the base Taycan. It's got better aero and whatnot. Not changeable aero. This isn't Forza. We're not that advanced. But it does have a better base aero, which makes it way better at guttering because it's got the less understeer. Just like the 919, she's a guttering machine. And she even beats out her base model variant. This car is... nuts. Might actually go down as one of the most iconic Motorfest Summit cars in history, especially with it being one of the best in the spec. What are we looking at leaderboard wise? Was that my best run? There's a risk that I've done this event before in like a hypercar or an Alpha GP car, so it wouldn't be my best run in this. It was my best run I've ever done. Damn. 4th place? Could we even get up to podium? I mean, getting overtaken here, but that's just my own skill issue, because this thing has insane acceleration. I mean, what did you think? We're in an EV. And I already mentioned that acceleration was this thing's one of its strong suits. It's wearing a lot of strong suits. This car is insane, and especially in the case of acceleration. Here it is. Also, I swapped it with an engine, with the American Dream, meaning it has pops and bangs now. As an EV. Here we go. That is some speed. Okay. Again, double, triple solidifying it as one of the best for the short turny tracks. It's easily like top 3. It just is terrible for the long highway tracks. Terrible. It is like low top speed. It just is don't even touch it if it's a highway track. But at least we get to use that acceleration right here, because we're slowing down, but right after... oh god, okay, too much turns. Wait, no, turns are good. Acceleration plus the guttering, all of it culminates. Absolute machine of a vehicle. Another top, like, 3 vehicles in the entire spec. Back to back. It's just this one, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to get for a very long time. Only 10,000 people own it. Oh, hang on. Okay, I didn't know there was a shortcut here, but you know what? I guess it makes sense. Yeah, that... hang on! That's 3rd place up there! We might actually make podium! Okay. No, I've gone wide. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Slipstream. And then, well, I mean, now that we're done with the 2 actual meta cars that are brand new, I guess we go to, oh, we're so close to 3rd! Let's go to a meta car that's a bit, tried, tested, true, and known. It's the Z4. Oh, a lot of Z4s. What the hell happened there? Well, I don't know, they just broke away, and then the last guy, I don't know, spontaneously combusted in the end, dropped his controller, we got 4th, and honestly, most of that was thanks to the 2 Porsches. Not really the Z4. It helped us keep our position, at least. I hope that explained it as good as I could. 4th place. I mean, that's not bad at all. Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members. we don't have any. Become a star member and an insane top of the top. Thank you to Icon Members HK. I will see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me in a bit.